What's up, everyone? Welcome to the North Shore 9 podcast presented by FanDuel. This is the NS9 postgame show powered by Permani Brothers. I'm Jim. With me tonight is Tyler. Tyler, an ugly game. Pirates lose 8-0. Just not a lot of good stuff tonight.
Yeah, not a competitive game. Not good. Kind of sucks because, I don't know about you. Did you see what the Phillies radio announcers were yapping about yesterday? If you saw
Oh,
that,
yeah,
if you
from
follow,
yesterday.
yeah, yeah. I just want to bury Philly no matter what now. But unfortunately, it didn't go our way tonight. Back to 500.
No, I mean, and you kind of knew this one was going to be tough, right? I mean, this is
Right.
a team that struggles against left-handed pitchers, and you were facing the best one tonight. You can argue that Cristopher Sánchez is the best left-handed pitcher in baseball. I think it's him and Skubal 1-2, and you can kind of pick your poison there. But yeah, not a lot going on here. Not a lot of encouraging things from the offense. Esmerlyn Valdez, we'll talk about him. I guess that was kind of encouraging, but yeah, I mean, you kind of looked at this lineup. And again, like just when you're facing a lefty, there was no Lau, there was no O'Hearn. Horwitz is obviously on the IL. Cruz is on the IL. So you're starting Billy Cook and Jared Triolo and Endy's starting at first base. And I don't think Endy has a hit versus a left-handed pitcher all season long. So it wasn't the strongest of lineups. And you're facing probably the guy who's going to win the National League Cy Young Award if I had to put some money on it right now. And it just turned into a disaster game. I don't think Bubba looked too bad. We'll get into that a little bit, but just a bad game all around. It looked like that at no point were the Pirates going to win this game.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of these losses we jump on here and it kind of rips your heart out a little bit because it was a very winnable game. A lot of the post games I've been on and pretty much the entire Pirate season, this was one of those where, I mean, they pitched Tyler Callahan. That's how it went.
Yeah. I think in the last loss, I said, when was the last time this team just got flat out beat in a game? It seems like there's so many winnable games that they just blow, and they got beat today. They got beat.
Yeah.
Thanks to Michael B with the super chat. He said this game was over when the lineup was announced. Lau and O'Hearn should not have been benched. This bullpen is the worst in the league. Fire Kelly. And again, like this game was, I wouldn't say it was over at the beginning, but it certainly was an uphill battle from the very beginning. So I don't know where you want to start in this one, Tyler. There's not a lot of
There's not much
not a lot of
fun.
good stuff to discuss. I guess we can talk about Bubba and kind of how that start went. I thought he looked really good today. The second inning is when the Phillies sort of did that damage against him originally, but it was all like soft contact.
Mhm.
There was an infield single, and then Crawford hits the ball down the line that just like it was just a perfectly placed ball that plated 2 runs. But overall, I thought Bubba Chandler looked pretty good today. The overall line doesn't really reflect it because he was brought back out for the 7th inning, which we can talk about that decision too. But overall, 6 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, all earned, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, 97 pitches, 65 of them for strikes. But what did you see out of Bubba tonight?
Thought he looked really, really good, to be honest with you. And if it ends after that 6th inning there, it's an excellent start for Bubba Chandler. I think if you look at this game on paper, you look at the Phillies lineup, they're obviously very tough. Today's lineup, I think, had 6 lefties in it. That's going to be a battle no matter what if you're a righty. Bubba, he should be able to attack lefties pretty well. But, it's something that it's a bit of a red flag every now and then. He loves to attack with the fastball. I thought today he looked really good, and I was interested in the way he attacked him. Like, he went heavy slider on him. I thought that, with Bubba, I was curious how he'd go after him. I thought maybe this might be the day we see him really break out that changeup. He didn't really do that. He attacked him 4-seamer and slider, and it worked. Like, when he gives up the 2 runs, like you said, it's a ball 6 inches off the plate that gets slapped the other way. It is what it is in that instance, the infield single. I think there was a hit by pitch in there as well. You don't like that, obviously. But all things considered, like, I was pretty encouraged by Bubba here. Like, I thought he obviously pitched a lot better than the line shows, but I thought this was one of his better starts in a while. It's just it kind of fell apart there in that 7th.
Yeah, Bubba's been pretty good recently too.
And I thought this
And
was better, Jim. I did. Because this lineup is different.
The top of it is for sure. But yeah, I mean, he was on a 4-game streak where he was allowing 2 earned runs or less. And then today, you kind of thought he was going to do it again. He's 6 innings. I think at that point it was 6 innings, 2 runs, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts after 6 innings. And I want to say he was like right around 87 pitches at this point. It was a 2-0 deficit. 8-9-1 were due up for the Phillies in that 7th inning. And Don Kelly sends him back out for the 7th, which I'll say this, like, I mean, in hindsight, probably not a good move, but I was okay with him going to Bubba there against like 8-9-1. But once he walks Rincones to start that inning, like, you've got to have somebody ready to go in the game, and he didn't. It seemed like I mean he kind of just kept it going. I would have pulled Bubba right then and there. Like, I would have been okay. I gave you the shot here in the 7th. You clearly, that's it. Good game. Let's end it on a good note. 6 innings. If that run comes along to score, it's still a quality start. You still did a good job. Instead, he keeps him in there. Crawford gets out on a sacrifice bunt. Hill, the pinch runner, moves to second. He faces Turner at this point. And Turner just does a good job really against Chandler. Good at bat. Turns on a 100-mile-an-hour fastball on the inside corner. Laces it down the line for an RBI double to score Hill. Then he sticks with him still. Like, I think this is just the problem. Like, there's so many games where it seems like Don Kelly takes his starting pitchers out too soon. And today was just weird because I felt like he just kept giving Bubba opportunity in the 7th inning after, like, he gave you a good start. Like, at this point, you're asking for maybe a little bit too much. He faces Schwarber for a 4th time. And granted, Schwarber didn't lace the ball off of him, but, seeing eye single through a half drawn in infield, scores another run. Actually, that didn't score the run. That just put runners on the corners with 1 out. And then he goes to Isaac Mattson with Harper and Marsh due up, and Mattson lets both inherited runners score. And next thing you know, Chandler's line looks bad. I mean, it's a 6 1/3 innings, 5-run game. It's not a good line. But I thought he looked a lot better than I thought he deserved a little bit better than that.
Yeah, I completely agree. I understand bringing him back out there for the 7th. I don't know if I would have done that, but at the same time, I can get Don Kelly's thought process of there's nobody out there that you can trust to put in the 7th inning. Bubba
Yeah.
Chandler to that point had shown that he was getting these guys out. And it wasn't like he was really battling heavily. I mean, they're tough, but it wasn't like he's probably a better option than your bullpen at that point. But I am completely with you. That first runner gets on, that's where I'm pulling the plug on it. Like, don't let your rookie pitcher's night just completely go to shit. And that's what Don Kelly did there. He let it just get bad when it didn't need to get bad. And quite frankly, he put the Pirates out of the game because he fell asleep at the wheel a little bit.
Yeah. I I think he left him in a little bit too long. But again, we're being nitpicky because at the end of the day, the offense scored
Right.
0 runs. So it doesn't really matter what he would have done there. Thanks again for the others for another super chat, Michael. He says he liked Bubba coming into the 7th. He wanted him to finish it. No joke, we're at the point now where nobody in the pen is doing their job. Yeah, the problem with the bullpen at this point is no matter who you turn to, Tyler, it's like playing a game of Russian roulette with your
Yeah.
bullpen. Like there's like there's 8 guys out there, right? And if one of them is going to blow up no matter what. Maybe 2, maybe 3. And today Matson didn't really get the job done, right? He didn't stop things where they were. At the end of the day, it's a scoreless outing for Isaac Matson, but like he let 2 inherited runners score. Brandon Boudoir comes in a mop-up role where it's like, dude, you just need to get through this inning. The game's over. It's 5-0. Like, just get 3 outs, and he couldn't
Right.
do it. I think this is probably the last we see of Boudoir for a while.
God, I
I
hope.
think the positive about Philadelphia, it's an American Airlines hub, Tyler. So I think Indianapolis is in Omaha right now. Should be able to hop on a direct flight to Omaha from the Philly airport. And I would expect, I don't have any news or inside information, but I would expect Hunter Stratton to be here tomorrow.
Yeah, Bidwell can't be here anymore. He is not, and
No.
let's be honest, like he can probably take 3 or 4 guys with him. Like you could overhaul this entire bullpen, get rid of all of them, and it's probably an upgrade. I think the Washington Wild things might have a better bullpen. This is a complete and utter joke. Like you can't do what you did last night. Like Don Kelly had to pull every string imaginable just to get enough outs to win a game. You can't do that every night, and you have to with this group. They're terrible. They're a joke.
They're not good. They're really
It's
not
bad.
good.
It's laughable now. Like I can't even get that mad. They're so bad.
Yeah. You talked about going back to Bubba. You talked about
Mhm.
how like the pitch mix was a little bit different today. He was just really heavy fastball slider today. Kind of abandoned really everything else. Didn't go to the changeup that often. Didn't go to the sinker. Didn't go to the curve very much. Didn't go through one sweeper today. Are you one thing I've noticed with Bubba during the stretch, and it's interesting because he's been pitching better. Like the lines are better. He's being more effective, but he's not missing as many bats as he was earlier. Is that something where like does he need to find a happy medium there, or is the stuff just so good that hey, he's learned that if he can just be around the plate, it doesn't matter if they make contact or not. It's going to be weak contact. I mean, it was weak contact today. Average exit
Mhm.
velocity off of Bubba Chandler today was 87. Off his fastball, it was 85. So like the Phillies just were not hitting him hard at all. But he also only generated 7 swings and misses. He ended
Mhm.
up getting 6 strikeouts because he got a lot of called strikes too. But is that anything like is anything concerning there to you at all, or is it just like Bubba has learned to trust his stuff and it's good enough to get good hitters out?
I mean, I think there's definitely some concern with it, and maybe not concern. Like he might have overcorrected a little bit,
Mhm.
and it's not even an overcorrection because he's pitched really well, I think 4 outings in a
That's the
row.
thing, right?
Like
Like
like I
it
can't
looks
complain about
different,
it.
but the
Right.
effectiveness is there. Yeah.
So I think like he's definitely honed in on attacking guys, I think. And done a lot better of a job of jumping ahead of hitters, and I think that's kind of what you saw tonight was he was able to jump ahead of guys to a point where he didn't need to swing and miss as much.
Mhm.
So when you get guys in 2 strike counts, you're able to put them away a lot easier with the K's here, but
Yeah.
I think tonight was a lot more of a step in the right direction with that. The last few outings for sure, I think it's been a lot of just work on getting ahead of guys, and I think on the other hand of that is that the opponents are jumping on him early in counts because they know that's what he's gonna do.
Mhm.
And tonight, I think was I like you talk about the happy medium. I think tonight was a good happy medium, and hopefully we can build off of this.
Yeah. I thought, like I said, I thought it was a good start. It's weird, like you look at this start and then yesterday's start too from Ashcraft, and both pitchers ultimately gave up 5 runs. I think both of them pitched a little bit better than what their lines suggested. Yesterday, Ashcraft got a ton of run support. Today, Bubba got 0 run support. So let's talk about that a little bit. We'll talk about the offense and just the woes against Cristopher Sanchez and lefties, but let's kick things over to Cody real quick.
This episode is brought to you by IQ Bar, our exclusive snack hydration sponsor. IQ Bar protein bars, IQ Mix hydration mixes, and IQ Joe mushroom coffees are the delicious, low-sugar, brain and body fuel you need to win your day. The Ultimate Sampler Pack is a great way for you to try all IQ Bar products and flavors. You get 9 IQ bars, 8 IQ Mix sticks, and 4 IQ Joe sticks. All IQ Bar products are clean label certified and entirely free from gluten, dairy, soy, GMOs, and artificial ingredients. With over 20,000 5-star reviews and counting, more people than ever are fueling their lifestyles with IQ Bar's brain and body boosting bars, hydration mixes, and mushroom coffees. The Ultimate Sampler Pack includes all 3. My personal favorites so far have been the almond butter chip and the iced tea lemonade hydration mix. It's just really full of flavor. I love starting my day with it, and I couldn't imagine starting my day with anything else other than IQ Bar products. Right now, IQ Bar is offering our podcast listeners 20% off all IQ Bar products, including the Ultimate Sampler Pack, plus free shipping. To get your 20% off, text MLB to 64,000. That's MLB 64000. Message and data rates may apply. See terms for details.
Tyler, Cristopher Sanchez comes into today's game with a career 1.30 earned run average against the Pirates in 5 starts, 6 games, covering 34 and 2/3 innings. So, yeah, I wasn't expecting much here. You look at the lineup, Connor Griffin and Esmerlyn Valdez, 2 rookies, starting things off. They're at the top of the order. Then you go Reynolds, Ozuna, Gonzalez, Andy Rodriguez getting the start at first base today. And then you look at Triolo, Billy Cook getting the start in center field, and then Henry Davis at catcher. It's not as daunting, right, as the everyday lineup, that's for sure. It was kind of cool to see Valdez being penciled in there into the number 2 hole. And if there was one positive really to take from today's game, it's, Valdez just stayed hot. Got on base 3 times. He was 2 for 3 with a walk. He was the only player in this lineup who wasn't just dumbfounded by Cristopher Sanchez.
Yeah, you gotta love what he's been doing, though. Like, of everything that happened today here, Esmerlyn Valdez has just been a godsend. And I love watching him continue to cut down that strikeout rate as well. Like, we're at 35% now, so we're starting to get more into a better territory where it looks a little more sustainable. Like, the swing and miss is starting to just ease out a touch. It's always going to be in his game, but you're starting to see that get more to a regular level. He was really strong tonight, but you just go up and down this lineup and this roster, and there's just nobody here that can hit lefties. It's the same thing that we've been talking about since the offseason. The same issues that we said would pop up have popped up. The bullpen's not that good. It turned out to be a lot worse than we could have imagined. They can't hit lefties. Guess what? They can't hit lefties. You go down the lineup, it's literally Esmerlyn Valdez, Bryan Reynolds, O'Neal Cruz, Connor Griffin. Those are the guys that can hit lefties. That's it. Everybody else sucks. They're terrible.
Yeah. And a lot of that has to do with, like, Marcell Ozuna just isn't that guy that you need him to be.
And he's above average against them, but he's not.
He's not who you need him to be, right? Like you need Marcell Ozuna to crush lefties, and he's not doing it. Today he was pathetic. He was 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Another super chat from Michael here. He says it's July now. After today, yeah, we're into July. He says it's time for Ozuna to be DFA'd. He's had enough of him. I will say this. I mean, I'm not going to lose any sleep if they decide tomorrow to DFA Marcell Ozuna. Will say June was a little bit better, right? June, he had a 738 OPS. But again, like 738 OPS for a guy who literally can't play the field isn't that valuable, right?
No.
But I'll say that like Esmerlyn Valdez needs to be playing every day from this point forward. And if that comes at the expense of Ozuna, then that comes at the expense of Ozuna. But like you cannot let Marcell Ozuna start a baseball game over Esmerlyn Valdez right now.
No, not at all. Like you just said, Valdez has to be in the lineup every day. And I don't know if today's or tomorrow's the day to DFA Ozuna, but once Cruz and Horwitz are back, if things remain as they are right now, and there's a lot of baseball to be played, if things stay the way they are, I'll have a hard time stomaching sending a Esmerlyn Valdez down to keep a Marcell Ozuna on this team. That's a long ways from now, but just it's been bad.
Yeah, I mean, outside Valdez, though, the rest of the offense, I mean, Connor Griffin, again, it was just, he's fresh off an injury, hasn't had a ton of playing time, so I'm willing to give some of these guys a pass just for facing Cristopher. Like, Cristopher Sanchez is a really good pitcher. I think we all just need to kind of take a step back and say that, like, the only way the Pirates were going to win today's game was if Bubba basically went pitch for pitch against Cristopher Sanchez. And it was a good start by Bubba, but it wasn't that, right? Like in order to win this game, the Pirates needed Bubba to go 7 shutout. Like that was the only way they would have had a shot. And even then, probably still wouldn't have worked out because the Pirates still didn't score a run. So
this is just one of those 162. You jump on this post game show and say, "Look, they didn't. They were better.
A loss.
They were better.
This is a loss. You're lucky that you kind of came back and won yesterday's game, right? Like that was a big win for this team yesterday. But today, yeah, like the Phillies were just the better team. They had the better pitcher, they had the better lineup, they did everything better. They played good defense. Like the few opportunities that the Pirates did have, the Phillies made some great plays throughout this game. They robbed Connor Griffin of a hit, robbed Henry Davis of a hit, robbed who was Bryan Reynolds of a hit. Bryan Reynolds' 34 game on base streak comes to an end today. Last day in June. So I mean he caps off a June with an 0-for-4 performance, but just an outstanding month that he had. But yeah, I mean, outside that, like this is a lineup that's struggling against lefties, and there's not, I don't really know any way to fix it other than Ozuna needs to wake up.
Get healthy. Like you get O'Neal Cruz back, which is weird to say, but you get O'Neal Cruz back, and even Spencer Horwitz, who's slightly below average against lefties, but it kind of shifts guys down a little bit. Like not playing a Billy Cook and having an Andy Rodriguez play first base against lefties would be helpful. It's not a perfect fix, and they're not going to be good against lefties all year unless they make a trade. Like that's the only way it gets better.
Yeah. So
for now, you just kind of got to survive it, I guess.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. Thank you, Nate. Nate, you don't have to send us $2. You're an NS9 member, but he says Sanchez carved them up like a pumpkin twice now. Yeah, and again, like I'm not gonna get. I've come on some post game shows this year, and especially recently, like really upset and frustrated. I'm just that I'm not that tonight. Like this is just you got beat. You got beat.
This is one of those. Not even like I don't know how many games you lose a year that you just lose. This is one of them. Like with the Pirates this year, it doesn't feel like there's 60 games you just lose because it feels like most of their losses they should have won, but this is one of those that you just lost it.
Yeah. How about Billy Cook getting an extra base hit today?
Why the hell was Billy Cook playing? Why?
I don't know.
Like, what are we doing?
I don't know. I don't know why. Yeah, like I mean, I'm not like over here banging the drum for Jake Mangum or anything, but I would rather have Mangum out there than Cook, I think. You know what? What's an odd anomaly here with Billy Cook, Tyler? I just want to kind of point this out. Do you know Billy Cook has played 48 games this year?
In like what, 68 innings?
48 games, 30 plate appearances. He's got a -8 weighted runs created plus.
You know what's funny? That's barely worse than Brian Hayes.
Barely worse. I'm kind of curious to see how long this goes, though, because the negative weighted runs created plus is that's a rare thing to accomplish in baseball. And the more playing time you get, obviously, the harder it gets to do that. I want to see how long, I want to see how many games Billy Cook can get into with a negative weighted runs created plus. I just want to, that's going to be my thing. I'm going to watch for the rest of the year. I want to watch that because I think it's just a hilarious thing to be occurring right now.
I can't imagine he gets more than like 15 to 20 more at bats the next like month or so, and then he's probably in the minors, and then hopefully the trade deadline gets rid of or like adjusts some things and you don't see him again.
Maybe. Do another fun Billy Cook fact. We're gonna do some fun Billy Cook facts. He's never walked in his major league career.
That's impressive.
Yeah,
he's now at. We're just hacking.
He's now at 85 career plate appearances, 0 walks.
We're just hacking. That's it.
Oh,
you only get so many, Billy.
Yeah, might as well. Like, I mean, you don't know how long that you're going to be in the majors. Just swing, right?
Right. And then tomorrow, I mean, at least tomorrow we have Skenes, but it's against Wheeler.
Tomorrow should be a fun game. I'm actually really looking forward to tomorrow's game. Paul Skenes, Zack Wheeler. I really want vintage Skenes to show up for this. Like, this is the game that Paul Skenes needs to show up for. Like, enough with the dilly-dallying, enough with the 6 innings, 2 runs, enough with it. Come out here tomorrow against Zack Wheeler and shove. That's what this team needs.
And this is one of those rare ones where the Pirates are underdogs with Skenes on the mound. Like, plus 116 according to FanDuel.
Yeah.
Usually their favor was Skenes on the mound, which maybe FanDuel's catching on that the Pirates don't win when he throws. But I don't know. I got a little bit of a feeling that tomorrow we might turn it around. Well, Paulie, come on, bud. Need you now. I was going to say something about a glizzy, but
we need 7 shutout from Paul tomorrow.
Desperately. Probably 9. This bullpen blows.
That's true. I don't want this bullpen to have to get 6 outs.
I don't want to watch this bullpen throw.
Gosh. Yeah. All right. Yeah, anything else to add tonight?
No, this one just sucked. It is what it is. We're back tomorrow.
Yellowbeard wants to know, what does that mean, plus 116? That means if you were to bet $100 on the Pirates to win tomorrow and they won, you would win $116 is what that means.
Bang bang.
So the payout would be 216. There you go. Some NS9 bets action.
Some quick maths.
Yep. All right, guys. Yeah, tomorrow, another offbeat in the morning. We'll have another post-game show for you afterwards, hopefully celebrating a Paul Skenes shove session. But yeah, appreciate everybody joining us after this dreadful ball game. Like the video, subscribe to the page if you haven't. If you're listening, leave a comment, share the podcast, tell a friend, all that good stuff.
Yeah, be soccer scouts.
Let's go Bucks. All right, that wraps up this episode of North Shore 9. Thanks so much for tuning in. Whether you're listening on the podcast or catching us on YouTube, if you enjoyed the show, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps us grow. And if you're listening on the podcast, a quick review goes a long way in helping others find the show. Plus, be sure to tell a friend about us. There's always room for more here in the NS9 community. And for those looking to support us a little more, consider joining our Patreon, become an MVP member, and get exclusive perks while helping us continue to bring you more of the Pirates content you love. Thanks again for all your support, and let's go Bucks.